What's up, everybody? I'm here on beautiful Sam Rayburn. I've been fishing the last couple of days and I've been playing with the new Quiver from Missile Baits, and I want to show everybody 3 ways that I found was really effective to rig this bait. This bait hasn't been around long, but of course, you know, a standard way to rig a straight tail worm of any sort is a Texas rig. I've experimented with both ways. I got a little 3/0 straight shank hook in here and a little 1/8 ounce slip sinker. A lot of times when it's real finessey, I like to fish the weight unpegged. So it's just a regular little straight tail worm, Texas rigged, and that is on 15-pound Seagar Abrazex, and I put it on a smaller rod because I'm flipping this bait around heavy cover. I've been flipping it around cypress trees, anywhere that you would flip a normal bait. But this time of the year, these fish are coming out of post spawn, and they've been shallow for months now, and they've been heavily pressured. So it's a real big deal to be able to flip something finessey and in an area that a fish has been probably caught 2 or 3 times since the spawn started. So I go with 15-pound Abrazex to compensate for the lighter line. This is a Slasher 610 medium rod from Alpha Angler, and I still throw it on the Quantum 8-to-1 gear ratio. This is Quantum Smoke S3, and that's just the basic setup. And I'll go and just pitch that around any heavy cover. Probably will get you more bites fishing shallow than just about anything. So check that one out. Another great way that I caught fish this week, this time of the year, these fish are starting to get around those brush piles, and a real good way to catch those fish are real finicky. We were crappie fishing this weekend and we were catching a lot of bass on crappie jigs, but if you try to throw something big and bulky in the brush pile, those fish just really didn't seem like they were ready to commit yet. But I was able to get them to bite this. This is just your Nico style wacky rig, whatever you want to call it, and this is just like a number 2 or 3 VMC hook with a little weed guard on it, and a little piece of silicone tubing around it. And I got a pretty heavy nail weight that I put into this thing. I think this is like a 3/64 or something like that. It's about the heaviest nail weight that you can buy, and this is your typical Nico rig, but it's not one that you would throw in real shallow water. I was throwing this in 25-foot brush piles. It does not take long at all. I mean, we was catching crappie with a 1/16 ounce jig head with a little bitty crappie jig, throwing it in 25-foot on a brush pile. So don't think in your head that something like this isn't applicable in deep water. I was throwing this in those brush piles, and you just let it basically land in those brush piles, and you twitch it a little bit, and if a bass is there, he's gonna bite it. So that was another really awesome way to rig this bait. Another thing that you can do, everyone knows the old traditional shaky head. This thing really caught them this weekend. Just a traditional shaky head. This is I think this was a 1/8. This is about an 1/8 ounce shaky head, and then I put this one in the green pumpkin color. And both ways were great to throw around those deep brush piles. And try that if you come out to Lake Sam Rayburn or something, and those fish are really starting to get around brush. You can crappie fish, and when you get done catching your crappie, you can toss these quivers around these brush piles and really catch them. But if you just insist on going shallow still, you cannot beat flipping that thing around cypress trees and bushes right now. So check that out. Really impressed with this bait, and you can get them at missilebaits.com.